Now it's time for the district breakdown, presented by GiveMeTheVin.com. We have Inside High School Sports Insider Ryan Harris on to talk more about this district with us. Ryan, over to you.
Thanks, Ashley. The new District 5-6A is loaded with talent from top to bottom. 4 teams will make the playoffs and 3 will miss out. The race for the final playoff spot could come down to the last week of play with so many talented teams in one district. Let's take a look at how it might all shake out, and we'll start with one of the most recognizable high school programs in America. The Allen Eagles failed to make an appearance in the state semifinals for the first time since 2011 after a heartbreaking 60-59 loss to Rockwall in the second round last fall. Allen loses dynamic quarterback Raylan Sharp, but 2 quarterbacks have transferred into the program to compete for the starting job. General Booty comes to Allen from California, and former Saxe quarterback Parker Wells will compete for the job as well. Whoever takes over at quarterback will have 2 explosive receivers to throw to. Twins Bryson and Blaine Green are 2 of the top receivers in the Metroplex, and they'll make the quarterback's job easier with their playmaking skills. Jordan Johnson is back at running back for the Eagles, and he'll get to run behind plenty of returning talent on the offensive line as well. I expect Allen to take the district championship, but the question is, how deep will the playoff run be? Allen's now in a district with another perennial power in the DFW area in Denton Guyer. The Wildcats made a run to the 6A Division II state championship game a year ago, but lost to Austin Westlake after quarterback Eli Stowers left the game with an injury. Stowers is a 4-star Texas A&M commit, and his health will play a big part in how successful Guyer is in 2020. Knox Boyd and Gabe Blair are back to lead an offensive line tasked with protecting Stowers, and 3-star recruit KJ Liggins is back at wide receiver as well. The defense returns tons of production, and they're led by cornerback Deuce Harmon, who will head south to College Station with Stowers for college ball. Florida State commit Jordan Eubanks will lead the linebacking corps, and Baylor commit Cooper Lands will anchor the defensive line. Denton Guyer could very well win this district with so much talent returning from a squad that won 14 games a year ago, but it'll all depend on the health of Eli Stowers. Another team that fell to Rockwall in the playoffs last year was the Prosper Eagles. Prosper burst onto the scene behind quarterback Jackson Berry and wide receiver Tyler Bailey, both of whom are back this season. San Diego State commit Cameron Harpole returns at tight end, and Prosper should have one of the more potent offensive attacks in this district. An impressive linebacking corps will anchor the defense for the Eagles, led by Rice commit Aiden Ciano and Tulsa commit Mason Jolly. I expect a 3rd place finish and another playoff run out of this Prosper group in 2020. Denton Braswell is making the jump up to 6A after losing to Red Oak in the second round of the playoffs in 5A last year. The Bengals really get thrown in the deep end in this competitive district, and they'll have to learn how to swim fast. Tristan McClary figures a step in at quarterback, and he'll have plenty of talent to throw to. Oklahoma State commit Cam Smith will lead the group, and Jacqueline Carter and Jacob Hernandez are talented targets as well. Top recruit Eric Cade returns to lead an offensive line. The team was elated to learn coach Cody Moore would be returning to the school, and I believe Moore will find a way to get his Braswell Bengals into the playoffs this season. Mckinney defeated McKinney Boyd 10-7 on the last day of the regular season to sneak into the playoffs last year, and the Lions even won a playoff game. Can McKinney do the same this year? It helps that quarterback Samson Nazarko returns to lead the offense, along with running back RJ Carver. McKinney is losing a lot of production at wide receiver, and that will be a big question early on. On defense, 3-star defensive end Jonathan Jones will give opposing teams headaches, and Washington State commit Adrian Shepard is back at safety as well. I wouldn't be surprised at all to see McKinney make the playoffs, but I have them on the outside looking in right now. Another team with returning experience at quarterback is the Little Elm Lobos. The Lobos return junior quarterback John Mateer, who will be starting his 3rd season at quarterback for Little Elm. Jason Jackson and Josh Joseph are dynamic playmakers who are back for Mateer to get the ball to. Jax Brown will lead the defense along with a solid linebacking corps, and like Braswell, Little Elm is making the jump up from 5A to 6A and will quickly need to adjust in order to make the playoffs. That leaves me with the McKinney-Boyd Broncos. As I just mentioned, Boyd missed out on the playoffs last season after a close loss to McKinney and a 3-7 finish. The Broncos are losing a lot of production on offense, with the exception of the quarterback position. Carter Whitefield is back to lead the offense, but McKinney Boyd will need more than a handful of playmakers to step up in 2020 if the Broncos want to make the playoffs. Now for my player and team to watch in District 5. My team to watch is the Prosper Eagles. I think it could be a big year for Prosper, with so much returning production from a team that went on a deep playoff run last year. Prosper defeated the Woodlands before bowing out against Rockwall, and getting the experience of playing those quality teams in the playoffs could really pay off in 2020. My players to watch are Allen receivers Bryson and Blaine Green. Now, I'm a twin myself, so I couldn't pass up the opportunity to select Bryson and Blaine as my players to watch. That's not to mention that the Green Twins will be playing their college ball at my alma mater, Oklahoma State. Aside from that, these two have a deep duffel bag and both will need to dig deep this season if Allen's to make another deep playoff run. We saw a great play from receivers in Rockwall's 60-59 triumph over Allen in the playoffs last year, and now it's time for the Green Twins to help Allen navigate another state championship run. That's all I've got for District 5, and it was fun as always.
The District Breakdown is presented by GiveMeTheVin.com. These teams make it look easy, just like GiveMeTheVin.com makes it easy to sell your vehicle.